Fats, proteins and carbs. What are they and are they important? Hi there, Sammy again, and today what I want to talk to you about is macronutrients, or fats, proteins and carbs. Now there's been a lot of sort of misconception about a lot of this, a lot of people I talk to don't really know the roles they all play, so I want to talk to you through all of them and make you understand that they are all important. So we'll start off with number one, the devil is carbohydrates. Now they have had a bad press recently. There's a lot of popularity with low carb or even zero carb diets, and a lot of time people go, oh, I'm not eating carbs, oh, it's bad for you. This isn't the case. Carbohydrates are our main source of fuel for the body. It's our preferred energy source, and it's where we first get our energy. So if you cut out your carbs, then you'll feel tired, fatigued, down, you just sort of feel a bit miserable. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about the types of carbs you're eating. Now a lot of us, when we think of carbs, will be bad things: bread, crisps, chips, all sorts of garbage that we put on cake. It's all high in bad carbs, which is sugar. You really want to be avoiding sugar as much as possible, but not carbohydrates. So what that brings me on to is healthy sources of carbs, which are things like rice, pasta, and potatoes. Now it doesn't have to be sweet potato, it doesn't have to be brown rice, it doesn't have to be brown pasta. It just has to be one of those three things. That is what I always tend to recommend. Anything that's natural and wholesome. Moving on from that is vegetables. Vegetables are packed full of carbohydrates, and I recommend eating as many of them as you can. Nobody has ever put on weight by eating too much veg. The last one you've got to be wary of a little bit though is fruit, and particularly fruit juices. This is an area that a lot of us fall down thinking, oh, fruit's healthy, and so there's a lot of it. Now it is healthy in terms of it has a lot of nutrients, but it's also very, very high in sugar, very, very high in fructose, which our bodies have a little bit of trouble digesting and utilising. So what I recommend is cutting out fruit and sticking more to the vegetables and sort of salady side of things. So that's your carbs. Next one is fat. Now again, people think eat fat, get fat. And it's only if you eat it in excess, as is way with everything. So what I want you to do is go and look at the different types of fats there are. There are healthy fats and there are unhealthy fats. So things like hydrogenated fats, so things that are in cake, crisps, again, all the garbage chocolate. The high fat content in there is not good natural fat. Again, fat that you find in animals, again, it tends to be not good. Fats of fatty bacon, fatty sausages, fatty bits of steak, anything like that. Chicken drumsticks, they're really, really fatty. This is not the fat that you want to be eating. However, things like olive oil, cheese, eggs, fatty fish, seeds, all this stuff, avocados, all of that sort of stuff is fantastic. Our bodies naturally need fat for a number of things. We have our immune system, we have our skin. For us guys, our testosterone levels are directly linked to the fat we eat. So again, cutting out fat out of a diet is hugely detrimental to your fitness and to your health, which is what we're really aiming for here, is an improvement on health. And then finally is you've got your protein. Protein is normally the most underutilised resource we have, and if you take a look at your diet, I'm guessing now you're quite low in protein, so proteins are in eggs and really animal products. You find it a little bit in cheese, nuts, milk, but mainly in meat products. If you're a vegetarian, corn is a fantastic substitute for it. And what protein does is it's responsible for the repair of your muscles and the building of your muscles. Again, it's also directly linked to other things within your body, other well-beings. It tends to have a lot of vitamins and minerals that you won't find anywhere else. If you're going to be doing an intense training session, you need that in there to recover and repair your muscles. So that's why protein is important. So what I want you to do is I want you to start incorporating all of them in a meal plan. Don't cut out fats, don't cut out carbs, and definitely don't cut out proteins. They're all very, very important to having a well-balanced and wholesome diet. Take care.